Hello guys and welcome to the GameStart YouTube channel. I am really excited as this is the very first long form video on the channel. And today we will dive into and get lost in 5 video game worlds that hopefully can make you escape reality for a short while and get you totally lost in them. Now the key first of all to getting lost in a video game is to be immersed. It's to be immersed in its world, its gameplay, its characters. Everything needs to fit together to create the right experience. And I hope these games will do that for you. And let's just get straight into it. Number 5, Hogwarts Legacy.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Now, where do I start with Hogwarts Legacy? First of all, this game is by no means perfect. I would actually say that it has quite a lot of flaws. But why then is it on this list? That's a very good question, and it's for one simple reason that we will get into in a little bit. But I think it's funny that when I first tried to play Hogwarts Legacy, I really didn't like it. I played it for a few hours, the opening hours of the game, and I thought, nah, this is not very good, or at least it's just not for me. And I was wrong. See, I didn't like it because I thought the characters were a bit meaningless, and the dialogue plus the story was kind of boring. And some would say that's true. I think the story and dialogue aren't that great. They are some of the flaws to the game, as I mentioned. But they're not terrible. You can definitely enjoy them. But when I gave the game another chance, I started to play a bit more. I played past the opening of the game, where I got stuck the last time. Then I played some more, then even more. And then I just couldn't stop. And I was like, I thought this game was bad. But when I started exploring and diving into the incredibly detailed and fantastically crafted world of Harry Potter, and in this instance Hogwarts Legacy, I just got totally lost. And before I started playing, I actually watched the films again and started reading the books. And if you're like me and you're more of a casual Harry Potter fan, I would actually advise you to do the same before playing. You don't have to if you don't want to. You don't have to read all the books or watch all the movies. But if you do, you will catch way more of the tiny but really well placed details and secrets of the world. And the world will feel so much more alive to you because you've just experienced that world in a film or a book. So that's something that you can consider doing if you want the most immersive experience possible. So obviously this game gets a lot of help from the fantastic world of Harry Potter, but the recreation of the world, and especially Hogwarts and the area surrounding it, is just so well done. You can explore Hogwarts for hours, finding field guide pages and chests to loot. It's totally awesome. And the exploration, as I'm sure you have figured out, is the main reason this game is on here. It's so immersive, and the way you just fly around on your broom and find a tower or find a cave or stuff like that, it's really great. And Hogsmeade, where you can go into all of the shops and loot chests, unlock doors with Alohomora, it's great. And the combat is actually really solid as well. The way you learn spells is really well done, and you feel like you're actually using a wand and not just a wand-skinned pistol. It's quite an achievement that they've managed to do that, because I don't think that's easy to accomplish, because it's so much easier just to make a wand-skinned pistol, you know. I have loads more to say about this game, but it's really a recommendation for me, especially if you're a Harry Potter fan. If you are, you've probably played it already. But note that if you go into this game and try to play it like a God of War, really cinematic, story-based game, you won't have that great of a time. But if you go into this with a mindset of trying to explore and treat it like a sandbox, open-world Harry Potter game, where you just let yourself go into the world and shape the story a little bit for yourself and just try to explore, then you will have a great time. So if you're like me and you don't find the story incredibly fantastic, it's not bad by any means. It's not terrible at all. You can definitely enjoy the story, and if you do, that's great. That's just more good game for you. But if you don't, then try to enjoy everything else it has to offer, because you can truly have a great time in Hogwarts Legacy. Now moving on to number 4, the Star Wars Jedi series. So the second game on this list is actually 2 games, and it's Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. These games also get help from a pre-built world, the world of Star Wars, like Hogwarts Legacy did with Harry Potter. But I think these games are just so good. And on the contrary to Hogwarts Legacy, in my opinion, the story and characters are really good here and much better, especially Cal. There's actually been talk about him getting his own series in the Star Wars universe, which would be so cool, and I'm so down for that. The games are less open world, especially Fallen Order, where Jedi Survivor has some more open areas, but I do still think that the exploration is quite good in both games. And despite them both having flaws, they're just so easy to sit down and play. And I don't mean easy difficulty-wise, they can actually be quite a challenge if you choose the harder difficulties, as they are Souls-like inspired. But no, I mean they're just so easy to sit down on the couch, lean back, enjoy, and really get lost in. They're just so good for that, I think. They've sort of become my comfort games, where I can just always play them when I don't know what to play. And part of that is the story and the characters, but also the combat. It's just so good. I think there is no closer way to feeling like an actual Jedi, because the combat is just so smooth, satisfying. The controller vibrations, the sounds, the animations, everything just works so well. And I would play them for that alone, to be honest. Now, these games did have some performance issues when they launched, especially Jedi Survivor on PS5, and I also do believe Fallen Order back in the day. They have mostly been fixed, but just note that the games are not known for running particularly well. But I tested it on the PS5 Slim yesterday and I encountered no problems, and the game just looks stunning even on performance mode. But where these games really excel, apart from the combat, is the story. You're really dragged into the story and you're interested in the plot. The story takes you through various planets with all sorts of beasts and stormtroopers and clones from the Clone Wars. It's just so cool, and you will encounter everything from funny, lighthearted moments to really serious and heartfelt moments. The boss fights are great. The planets are so fantastically crafted, and they have really managed to make the games feel true to the Star Wars world, but they have still managed for both games to create their own identities in this world. So if you like Star Wars, these two games are must-plays, unlike other Star Wars titles. Ubisoft. No, I'm kidding. You can have fun in Star Wars Outlaws, but I would play these first, and then you can. Moving on to game number 3, Ghost of Tsushima. When talking immersiveness, you cannot exclude Ghost of Tsushima. The game is just built with immersion in mind, as I'm sure a lot of games are, but in Ghost of Tsushima it just seems like the developers wanted as little as possible to distract you and pull you out of the immersion. For instance, there's no minimap, very minimal UI on screen, and none at all when you're not in a battle, so you can just experience and breathe in the world. It's great. But if you haven't played it, you might think, no minimap. How am I meant to find my way to quests? The wind. Yep, that's right, the wind guides you towards your next objective. It's so clever and makes it so you can look at the extremely beautiful world of the game and Tsushima Island, cause the game is seriously good looking. But enough of the technical UI stuff. All of that doesn't matter if the story and gameplay sucks. And it does. Really not suck at all. First of all, this is one of the most unique, interesting and captivating stories that I have played. It's about war, but so much more than that. It's honor, grief, and the extremely difficult challenge that Jin is faced with of changing his ways to save his people, or staying true to the samurai way and to his family, essentially, because they are everything that Jin has. So you follow him on this journey. You explore the island of Tsushima, plagued by a Mongol invasion. And it's one of the easiest games to get immersed in. You can put yourself in Jin's place and feel the burden upon yourself, which I think is just incredible. But how about the gameplay? Much like the Star Wars series, the gameplay is extremely well crafted. It's one of the most satisfying combat systems. It feels quick, it's intense, and it really just feels like a samurai sword fight, should feel. Again, the sounds, the vibrations, the animations, top notch. So if you like samurai, Japan, gaming, if you like anything at all, then Ghost of Tsushima should definitely be on your top priorities list for games to play, because it's incredible. So I have chosen to include both the original Black Flag and the new Black Flag Resynced on this list. And that is because you can really get immersed in both of them. Now they are different, even though Assassin's Creed Resynced is a sort of remake of the original. So if you want the complete Assassin's Creed story of Black Flag, the original, in my opinion, is the way to go, because you can get the modern day storyline, which in my opinion unfortunately has been cut from AC Resynced, but some people, which I think is fair, think the modern day stuff is distracting and pulls them out of the pirate fantasy. And in that case, obviously Black Flag Resynced would be more for you. And of course this is purely story based. The new AZ Resynced graphically and gameplay wise is better, especially graphics wise. It's incredibly beautiful, one of the most beautiful games out there. But both of these games can pull you in and make you feel like an actual pirate. It's just up to you if you want to do it with the charm of the original game or the beautiful modernized version being Black Flag Resynced. Now, having played both, I do think AC Resynced honors and stays true to the original. The exploration of the game is fantastic. It is in both games, but just so beautiful in AC Resynced because of the graphics. And if I had never played any of them, I think, like many others, I would choose to play AC Resynced, given its modern and extremely beautiful look. But I think you should consider giving the original a go as well, because some things in Resynced are not that great. And that is a lot of the new added stuff, like the officers. The dialogue and interactions and cutscenes just feel fake, and the protagonist, Edward Kenway, he just doesn't feel like himself in those cutscenes. So for me it actually made me look at Edward Kenway a bit differently, and therefore I think he's cooler and more badass in the original. But that might just be me, and I still think the pros by far outweigh the cons of AC Resynced. And not all of the new stuff is bad. Some of the new stuff is actually really good. My point being that both are great and you cannot go wrong with any of them. Now, when it comes to the combat, it's not anything crazy here. It's decent, it's quite cinematic, but feeling wise it's not as good as a Ghost of Tsushima or Jedi Survivor. But where the combat is great is the ship combat. It's just so awesome in both games. The original really holds up to this day. It's so fun, it's so cool, just blasting down ships with cannons. It's incredibly fun. And when you combine that with a great emotional story, a fantastic world to explore, you have the perfect pirate formula. It's fantastic, and I combine that with Assassin's Creed. Huge recommendations. On to the final game on this list, Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I think it's difficult to make any best games list without including Red Dead Redemption 2. It might be my favorite game of all time. But what makes this game so good? Firstly, the story sticks with you for a long time. The story of Arthur Morgan and the Vandalin gang is just out of this world. I mean, it just hits. And the reason is because every character, every location, every cutscene just has so much personality. It's like playing a movie or a Western simulator. It's just so good. And the protagonist, Arthur Morgan, he's such a great character. He has so much personality. He's funny, he's serious, he's intimidating. He just feels like a real person. And nearly every character you encounter in this game feels more real than most characters in other games. You will just get completely immersed. And part of that, aside from what I have just mentioned, is the attention to detail and realism. You have to clean your weapons, you have to shave, brush your horse, get haircuts, and so much more. And this doesn't really feel like a chore, but more like just another day in this universe. However, I will say the game is not for everyone, because it's slower, especially when you compare it to the likes of Assassin's Creed, where almost every second there's something to do. There are symbols on your screen, question marks popping up. Red Dead Redemption 2 is slower, and you can go minutes without anything really happening. And that is what I find so beautiful about it, because that just adds to the realism and overall immersion, in my opinion.
Ah, I broke the goddamn wheel. All right, let's get it fixed. You need help?
Because when something does happen, it feels more real and not like a video game trying to stuff your face with random side quests all the time. And Although that can be fun sometimes, if you truly want immersion, then Red Dead Redemption 2 is your place to go. However, the game, like every other game, is not perfect. My pet peeve about it is the gameplay. It gets a little repetitive, especially by the end. And the gunplay, although it's quite good, it's quite solid, it's not that varied, it kind of gets the same, but for me that's not why you play this game. I love Red Dead Redemption 2, I think that 99% of you will love it as well. That's why it's number 1 on this list, because it's one of the best games of all time. So yeah, that's the video. First video on the GameStar channel. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully these videos will continue to get even better and better. So hit a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, maybe a part 2, because I know there are games that you are thinking, why is that not on this list? And yeah, there are definitely room for a part 2. So if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.